Hello, welcome back to another live. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, people. And yeah, another match preview, another match day. Gonna get all into it, people, but a bit different to usual. A bit different to usual. We've got a couple guests. And it's very rare we actually get a couple guests on this channel, to be honest. And Anthony will be joining us in a few minutes, people, as well. But listen, shout out to everyone that's here. Make sure to smash a like whether you're watching this on my channel or on Tony's channel, people, and make sure to subscribe to everyone involved. Social medias are at the bottom as always. But listen. Again, to as always, people, obviously, Tony, it's good to have you on the channel for the first time. You're actually the first West Ham fan to be on my channel, which is kind of mad in itself. I'm meant to be a West Ham channel, but obviously, yeah, big up for appearing on, and obviously you're doing this on your channel as well. So shout out to you. But yeah, how you been, man?
Yeah, good, mate, and thanks for the invite onto the channel first of all, and obviously people in the chat obviously are sharing this with MIKEZ. Hope you've all had a good Christmas, and thanks for the comments in the chat so far. Arnie, it's good to be on with you as well for the first time, and obviously with MIKEZ, it's actually going to be on your channel as well. So let's go. Let's see how this heads out.
Yeah, Arnie, bro, it's good to have you on for the first time on the channel as well, bro. I hope you're doing well, man. Like, how you been, man? How you been?
Good to make my debut finally. I think there's a hard time coming, right? So here we are.
Yeah,
like I said to you, innit? I was looking forward to not the game, but hopefully, in my opinion, doing a madness really. But good to be on Two Hammers. First time I think I'm actually previewing a game against you lot. I have done a few, but first time for everything, right? So here we go.
Of course, man. Of course.
Yeah, man.
Obviously,
for having me on as well.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
Yeah, man. See what Sunday brings in store for us, and obviously, merry belated Christmas. I could say Happy New Year in advance. We'll be even happier if we can do the semi-impossible against you lot on Sunday, which we'll get into. But yeah, I'll let you have the stage back.
It's all right. It's all right. But listen, yeah, as I said, people, smash a like on both the YouTube channels, people, when you're watching this on my channel or on Tony's as well. But let's get straight into the game. Obviously, I'll start with you, Tony. Obviously, we played Southampton yesterday and squeezed over 1-0. 1-0 beating Southampton, 1-0 to the Cockney boys and all that, typical. But I feel like, from my perspective, like, it was one of them games where it may look like we defended well because we won 1-0, but they had chances in the first half. Like they should have put away as well. But what did you make from the game?
I thought we was going to lose the game at one point because, especially the first half, I think they could have easily had 2 goals. And yeah, new manager effect. When you look at it like that, I mean, Howard, great comment from Howard there. We shithoused it. We literally did in certain respects. Look, this manager that's coming into Southampton, I think they brought him in at the wrong time. It seemed like he's already got him playing the certain way. I mean, and he said he wanted. I think it was echoes the old Klopp situation, rock and roll style football and that. But he was more crash and bang kind of thing because obviously we lost Kilman, and we also lost Fabianski. Lucky enough, at least we know he's okay. That's one good thing about it. Fabianski he seems to be all right in that. But we lost two players, which could be very beneficial to Liverpool's point of view. But yeah, and at the end of the day, Bowen got the goal. We managed to hold it out. And but yeah, I think we was very lucky. I think we could have easily, big up Rob, we could have easily lost that game.
Yeah, honestly, like I agree. Like it is a case of the fact that they can use the whole 4 games unbeaten thing, but at the end of the day, like, did we play well in any of those games, and do we have anything that we can look forward to that we saw in those games? That's like a constant pattern that you could be like, okay, it doesn't look as bad as where we are right now. Then no, I didn't see anything from any of those games where I can say that. But listen, Arnie, you played yesterday as well against Leicester.
Yeah,
obviously, you talked a little bit about it backstage, but let the people know, what did you make of it?
I think we're very lucky. Like I said to you, I've been looking forward to this preview. Not the game though, because your game was the one I had in mind. Now the Leicester game before, I thought we'd scrape it through. But when we went 1 down, I was thinking to myself, oh shit, this could be another Fulham. Because, mind you, I'm still vexed about that game, right? Because if we can't be beating Fulham at home, that don't say much for us without throwing shit on my team, bro. But as before, I've been speaking with you off camera, and I'm just going to call it how it is. I'm so not confident in general. However, that Tottenham game, despite us conceding 3 goals, it's given me a bit of breathing space because we could have scored 8 or 9, bro, as well. But we got to fix up on our defense. Would that be a problem tomorrow? Not tomorrow, the after. Against you lot? I don't think so, given the way you sit back a bit. Like, I'm not saying you park the bus or anything, but you're too compact. You're over contact, like you're very solid, right? So for me, the main issue I got is breaking you lot down, which I will obviously come to. But coming back to your question anyway, on the Leicester game, I think we got away with one. Quite a few missed chances. Luckily, somehow we scored 3 goals, especially after halftime. Wonder goal from Gakpo, by the way, whom I'll come to in a minute when we touch on it. I don't rate him that highly. Do I even rate him that much? I don't know. Probably not. But what a goal, bro. What a goal. That finish was sublime. I have to give him credit for that. Mo had 4 chances. Still got his goal. A lot of people have had this debate on other channels with other fans about Mo. I feel like he misses so many chances. But again, we will come to that. I'm just happy we got the points anyway. Because I don't know what I'd have done if we didn't win that game. Which at some point I did think, oh shit, we might mess up. But yeah, I guess on to you lot before the big one in the year. So yeah, I see is it Anthony's just joined.
Yes, fellas, how are we?
Yeah, good man, good man.
Yeah, man.
Good man. Obviously,
thanks for letting me on, mate.
Big up there.
Big up to your chat.
No problem, man. It's good to have you on for the first time. Obviously, we're just talking about the game just started, really. But we're just getting Arnie's thoughts on the Leicester game. Like, obviously, you guys played yesterday. Arnie's addressed his points. What about you? What did you make of the game overall? 90 minutes.
I think we dominated, but at the same time, like, we didn't really get out of second or third gear. I don't think we had to against Leicester, particularly at home as well. I couldn't believe we went 1-0 down, to be honest with you, Mike. We can see the first goal early on. Yeah, we can see the first goal early on. We dominate. We hit the woodwork twice in the first half. We got plenty of chances, but we weren't as free flowing as what we usually are. But we still got the job done. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, man, look, everyone was saying we're going to win 5, 6, 7. What a lot of people were. But I predicted the 1-0 yesterday because I thought they were going to come with a disgusting, dirty, low block that we struggled to break down. But look, 3-1, I'll take it. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, obviously, going into this game, Tony, do you think we could get anything from this game against the leaders? Like, they've only lost one game. The only loss was, I think. Well, yeah, you've only lost one game. It was only against Forest. Yeah. And we're unbeaten in 4. Not that there was anything really to go off in that, but Lopetegui's going to use that. The ownership are going to use that to keep the guy, and everyone's going to try and maybe cut over that with the actual dreadful performances. Unless, what do you make of it?
Unless Lopetegui has got the biggest kind of pendulum watch and kind of hypnotise all the Liverpool players all in one go. No, basically no. Our track record against Liverpool is not great at all, is it? At the end of the day, big up Exponential Anchor as well. I was working, unfortunately, mate. So yes, it wasn't exactly kind to me, but other than that, it was all good otherwise. Yeah, our track record against Liverpool isn't great. They enjoy against us, and I think obviously their main man Salah definitely does anyway. That's for sure. But no, I don't see us getting anything out of this unless, of course, as some of the guys have put there, either we park a bus, a transit van, a brick wall, steel girders. We've got a chance of getting something out of the game, but let's be realistic. It is Liverpool at the end of the day. Yeah,
I know, Arnie, you have a different take on this because we discussed it a little bit through the group chats and just you being in my chat talking about this game, and you've already kind of hinted towards that. We're probably one of the games you're more worried about. Is there any reason why? Why you think maybe West Ham could get a point from this?
I just think coming to your lot as well. In that stadium, I still have some PTSD, even though the title was more or less gone. Not that I thought there was one last season to begin with. I always said, bro, we ain't in a title race back then. Neither was Arsenal, but that's a story for another day. We came over to yours. I did think it would be a 1-0. I mean, it was a 2-0. We scored 2 goals, which is obviously great against a resolute side like yours at the back. You somehow found a way, though, to score 2 against us. I'm not saying it will be like a goalless draw, but I definitely see you getting something from this game. Are you winning? I don't think so. I was going to say absolutely not, but nothing surprises me with this team of us. However, I think it's very, very slim that you win. I think the possibilities of a draw are quite high. And us winning, there's a slight chance, a bit more than slight, should I say. There's much more chance of us winning than you. I think, yeah. My overall prediction would be you're definitely getting a draw out the game. Obviously, I'll let Tony go as well. Then we can break it down a bit more when we come to like players and stuff, tactics and all that. Mind you, it's Sunday evening. I'm sure your fans going to be up for it somehow. And we've had our streak of, 2 jammy wins. Well, Spurs wasn't quite jammy. We just conceded a lot of goals. I'd say yesterday was kind of, even though he scored 3, conceded early. So, bruv, you never know. Anything could happen. It could swing. It's just what you lot do, bruv. You're becoming like the draw specialists as well, apart from yesterday.
No, I hear that because like even in the Bournemouth and Brighton game, like those were games we weren't good in, but we managed to get a point off each of them, which it is what it is, sort of thing. Like I don't really do the whole we'll take a draw thing. Like I think people that know me already know that I'm just not about the we take a draw. I'm here for 3 points, sort of thing. Like especially I know like you start off bad in the game and all that, you scrape a draw. Oh, we'll take that. I thought we should have started off bad in the first place. That's just kind of my mentality from it. But Anthony, bro, what like West Ham away? Afraid? London Stadium, is it? Is it a place to be scared of in the grand scheme of your run, or is it business as usual?
Mike's, it's always the games that the people say online that we're going to absolutely steamroll through. It's always the ones that worry me. Like, look, I think, you're going to come out, defend, make it difficult for us. Kind of similar to how you did it last season in April. No game's an easy game in this league. You can't just dismiss these teams. Look, we're top of the league. We're flying. We're winning. All the time. We're doing great. I'm loving life at the minute, but take each game as it comes. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. Like, we've looked at our next few fixtures after the Tottenham game, and we've gone, well, we're going to win all them games. Well, hold on a sec, just one step at a time, because we were actually 1-0 down yesterday. And obviously, what's stopping us from going 1-0 down on Sunday from like a defensive mistake or something? Because our defense without Canate is sus. Like, it is. And Robbo at the minute is very, very rash. Do you know what I mean? He's a complete shadow of the left back that he once was. So look, I'm not like dismissing, West Ham at all. Sunday it's going to be tough, but I do expect us to win. But we just got to be on our A game, like we always have to. We can't just stay in first gear or whatever, because we can get dragged into the trenches. Do you know what I mean? But I'm sure you'll be up for it on Sunday. It's a big game. And obviously unbeaten in 4, lads. So,
yeah. I mean, obviously one of the guys said there, when was the last time we did that? I think it's nearly it's good 3 or 4 seasons since we've had something like this. So, I don't think we expected this, considering Lopetegui was on the verge of kind of getting the bullet. But since then, every single time they've managed to pull something out of the bag. So,
there's a
stat, 4 on the bounce.
There's a stat. Have you not won 2 games on the bounce yet this season?
No, we haven't.
Been like a win and then a draw, and then a win and then a draw type of thing.
I called it Lopetegui's algorithms. There's a win, a loss, win, a loss, win, a loss, win, a loss.
So just when he's on the verge of going, he scrapes a win and then gets a draw, and then it keeps him in for another few weeks.
Christmas, cheers. No, exactly.
That's the trend of West Ham, though. Every time a manager's about to get sacked, they pull it out of the bag, become prime Barcelona, and that's why we beat Newcastle. It was said before that Newcastle and Arsenal game. We've got 2 games left, and then we beat Newcastle. We get battered by Arsenal. Then Leicester's the last game. We lose. And then he begs for his job, and then Sullivan still keeps him on. So it kind of just sums up West Ham. And it's like, what was this? The El Sacco? And then what do? We go and beat Wolves, just like we did against Manchester United. These El Saccos, man, again on my nerves, honestly.
It was the El Sacco when no one got sacked after the game.
No, exactly.
O'Neill got sacked after Ipswich, didn't he?
They said they were going to believe in Gary O'Neill after that game. It's like we're sticking with him, and then they lost to Ipswich. We're like, nah, forget what I just said. We're sacking him. Like, clearly didn't believe in him that much. But this is the thing. Like, these 4 games unbeaten stuff. Like, it sounds good. it sounds good until you actually watch the games. Until you actually have
What
to
was,
put
your,
up
what
with
was
the
your
90
game
minutes.
like? What was your game like yesterday? 'Cause I didn't watch it. I didn't even see the highlights or nothing, so I don't know.
Basically,
same.
Southampton don't see it in the
As
back
is-
of the net. Like it's just a case of the fact that they had clear-cut chances in the first half. But those, when you have clear-cut chances in the Premier League and you don't take them, it never swings back around. So when they missed the chances right in front of goal, I still thought we're still going to win this because not because we're good, but because we have more individual quality. Like it was a well put away goal, but it came out of nowhere. Most of our goals come out of nowhere. Most of our goals is Jared Bowen grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck, sort of thing. And like it was a
Yeah.
good work goal by Souček, Fulkirk, and Bowen in the end. I forgot who put the ball in. I think it might have been Alvarez. I'm not too sure. But like at the end of the day, those chances were never going to come back to Southampton. Like they were literally put on a plate. We didn't even bother to mark anyone in the box when we were defending. So when they didn't put the chances away, it's kind of like, well, that was your chance to win the game. That was your chance to win the game, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's a case of the fact that we can bail ourselves out to an extent because of the individual quality we have. That's what the league is like. The teams below us are that bad. They don't have the individual quality we have. Like players like Bowen and Kudus and Pakistan, whoever, even the players that have underperformed this season. So most of them aren't 14th place players. So compared to the other league, we can bail ourselves out with that individual quality. The reason why we're 14th is the lack of coaching. I don't, as I've said millions of times on my channel, I don't know what we're doing on or off the ball. We don't know what West Ham team's going to turn up like each week out. I don't know whether you share the same sentiments, Tony, with the last 4 games. Is it kind of glossed it over the fact that we're 4 games unbeaten, even though we haven't really performed that well.
When the luck comes your side, mate, take it with both hands, because if you don't, it definitely goes the other way. Would you say we've kind of in the last 4 games had a bit more of a style about us? Not really. I think it is literally. I think Exponential Anger's put it up there quite clearly. Rolling the dice every week, and that's what I think we were doing. It's very lucky we're getting the wins that we are. Kudos, unfortunately, loppy rhythms. Kudos at the moment. His body language just sucks. He literally. If you don't want to be there, you don't want to be there. That's fair enough. I know he don't like playing under this manager. Thank you, Anthony. I'll come back to that one. But really, at the end of the day, I mean, he scored the goal in the game beforehand, and even then, he didn't really, celebrate the thing. And he just gave the ball away too many times. And when you watch him tracking back with players, it was very, very similar to watching Haaland. How he was just doing nothing in the game yesterday, and Kudos is exactly the same. At least some of the other players actually give it a go.
Yeah, this is the thing as well. This is why I go back to the ownership, where it's like, when you keep a manager there longer, when they overstay their welcome, even though it's only been a few months, but when a manager's like lost the dressing room, it's up to you to like get rid of them, because that's why Tadimo's not playing. Tadimo's not playing, but let's be real, Tadimo's not playing because they're falling out. Like, he's way better than Mavropanos. Like, you can see the difference when he comes on and when Mavropanos plays. Like, I agree. Like,
manager wonder kid, that's a Tadimo, isn't he?
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's proper wonder kid. Like, this is the thing with this is the thing with like overstaying your welcome as well. Like, if Kuda should just get on with it because he is an employee of the club. At the end of the day, like, I agree, he should step up as well. I get he's playing out of position, because I don't really like him on the left. I never really have, but still, like, when you're playing on the pitch, you just got to put your all in. Still, I get like the manager isn't going anywhere. I'm sure the players know that as well. As much as they don't want to play under this manager, the manager isn't going anywhere. If the manager was to go, he would have gone behind Leicester. So that's kind of my take on that as well. But like, Arnie, as well, for yourself, compared to your expectations at the start of the season for Liverpool, have they over exceeded? Did you expect the league to go like this? Obviously, probably did it with Manchester City. But like the way you are now, did you expect Liverpool to be this consistent under a new manager straight away?
No, absolutely not, bro. I'm still in I don't know. I'm like stuck in between a hard place and a rock at the minute, because as much as I'm having concerns of bottling this title, at the same time I can't believe we're even in this position to start with, because I said to Man, like previous seasons, I said, bro, Arsenal had nothing to bottle. We do. We definitely, we've got a jug. We've made a jug now, let alone a bottle. So at least we got something in the bag, in it. So I'm still processing that and digesting it, if that makes sense. But I'm still very concerned about bottling this. That's my honest thoughts on our season so far. We've done very well in the European stage, which I'm extremely chuffed with. We beat our dads after flipping 15 years. Real Madrid. Always call them our dads, bro.
9 years of age
That
last
was
time we beat
amazing.
them, I was.
You were there,
It's a
Anfield,
fact.
in 09. And
Yeah,
Gakpo,
was
of
in
all
primary
people,
school.
scored the goal. I mean, obviously, Mo missed the penalty, but we got the job done, which was great. And boy, McAllister, what a signing! I love that guy, bro. Quinto, my nickname for him, and loving every bit of him. And Gravenberch, what a player! I always knew that guy would come clutch. You can check my streams from before. I said this from, I think, last season. This guy's gonna be an absolute baller. And the whole Zubimendi situation, I wasn't stressed one bit when that deal fell through, because I saw something special in Gravenberch. Sobo's not done
you
too
got the
bad.
better deal. That's for sure. You definitely got the
Much,
better deal with him.
My concerns are players like Dawizi up front. That's why I'm having, my own reservations of going all the way. Probably staying in the race as well. Gakpo, I don't obviously rate that highly, but I'm very happy Diogo's back from injury, so that'll give us a great boost. I just wish Mo could finish more chances, 1v1. I want to see Chiesa play. Unfortunately, he hasn't started a game, I don't think, in the league yet. Ludos, our best player, in my opinion, moving forward. I think he's probably the most clinical player that we got. Diaz, by the way, for those of you who don't know. That's my nickname for him as well. I'm quite keen on those. So. But yeah, I think I more or less covered the midfield and the front line. Our defense is not looking good. I'm not going to lie. Van Dijk responsible for 3 goals, bro, in 2 games. Thankfully, did not cost us. Those 2 goals at Spudsy were definitely on him. Robbo's not been that great. Trent really good moving forward. He can actually defend, by the way. I just hope he keeps it up. And I cannot wait for Ibra to get back on that pitch. Gomez has actually done really well. He kind of reminds me of the COVID season. We won the title with his performances, so big up to him. And Becker's back. I mean, Keller's been great from that era at Newcastle. I don't know why he bricked it at that point in time, so that's the contributing factor to getting me worried. And that Fulham result as well. But yeah, man, that's where I stand on the team at the minute. And your track record against us past few years, I think, has been very good. If you want to check at yours, go ahead, bro. I think you've got results against us in 3-4 games, isn't it? Since we last won the title.
Then, yeah, the odd draw at like 18-19 season before you won the league.
No, you beat us as well, 3-2 in that season.
Oh yeah, I know. I was gonna. Yeah, I was gonna
21-22. That 3-2 victory.
That one.
Yeah, I was there.
Well,
I was there.
I should know this because, bro, you can give me any game since like 2017 season, and I'll tell you the score where I watched it as well. But for some reason, it's not in my head. The season we came 5th, right? And you might know this. What was the result? Because I've been thinking about it past few minutes. You could probably see me like this. But did they beat us or draw?
No, we won 2-1 at the West Ham's ground, and when we come 5th, I think Gakpo scored that game. We were 1-0 down.
That season, when we...
Yeah, you was.
Europa League.
That Paquetá goal, that we smacked over his right foot, Oh, yeah, that was
late in the season. It was in April
I remember now. I was watching it wasn't on TV, I don't think. I was watching the Coppa Italia semi-final Inter v Juve, but I kept checking my phone for updates. We were 1-0 down. That's it. I was in Angel that day with the Inter fans, so that's it. No wonder that makes sense now. But apart from that, if you check all the archives, I think these men got one over us when we got there. Either a draw or that rare win, like in 2022 season. I think we played them 2021. The first leg was at theirs, isn't it? And then obviously last season, the less said about that, the better. But can we turn it around? That's what remains to be seen.
But shout out to Melon as always. How many West Ham players get into Liverpool? Starting 11 for starting 11. Jesus Christ! Just on the top of my head, probably. I'm gonna say none, just to be safe. But I don't know. I don't know whether you can make an argument for.
When we going for Bowen at one point as well.
Bowen, Kudos, they're the 2 players that stand out for me. They're the ones.
Anyone over Nunes? Anyone?
Oh, fair enough. Then. Bowen up front then. Just like even though I don't even like Bowen up front, just him over Nunes. But then again, fully fit. If everyone's fully fit, I'd maybe say no. But you could argue maybe left wing. But even on form, like Gakpo and Diaz right now, like.
I would
Don't
take
know.
two. I would take two over Gakpo. Gakpo, whoever. I'm not putting shade on the guy, by the way. I think he's an average player. I'm not saying he's shit or anything, but he's not great, is he? I don't know if Ant will share the same sentiment. But me
I
personally,
think
I would take Bowen or even Kudus over him.
I think
that's me,
Gakpo's
innit?
come on leaps and bounds under the new manager so far. Obviously, we've got the Dutch connection and all that. I think he's getting better as the season's going on. I think he's being utilised properly. I'm liking it, mate.
He
You know,
has.
he's coming really good. The last few weeks, he's really stepped it up again. Obviously, that banger that he scored last night, I said on my watch along that
Oh yeah.
he was the main threat all game. Every time he was taking the ball on the left, cutting onto the right, it was danger every time, wasn't it? So, you know what, that left wing position at the minute, it's competition. You know what I mean? Diaz is playing all right. Gakpo, of course.
All right.
You know, obviously,
Don't you think he's our
Chiesa
best
can
player?
play there, Jota. Who?
Ludos Diaz. I think he's our best player. For me.
No, Salah
Overall.
all day. Yeah, Salah, Van Dijk, just
See the
usual
finishing though.
suspect.
The
But
finishing
McAllister's
for
up there.
well.
McAllister's one of our best as well. He's very
Yeah, 100%.
underrated. You know, he's a
100%,
proper
bro.
player. Yeah.
And
You know,
Gravenberch.
does all the dirty work. McAllister, he's a good player, and mate, he's a big game player as well. So,
What do you
Yeah.
two
He's
think
too
of
good, he's too good.
Szoboszlai? What do you
Too
think of
good, too good.
Szoboszlai?
he's been
You
getting
like him?
better. Yeah, he's been getting. Look, I was one of his
Szoboszlai, right.
critics, mate. I'm not gonna lie. I was one of his critics. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we paid a lot of money for him. You weren't justifying it, and now he's started to pick his game up in the last few weeks. It's like everyone has to. Even Curtis Jones is looking really good.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy because the team's like, you know, they're excelling, and that's what we need. Do you know what I mean? While
And
everyone,
just
while all the
before
other
you-
teams beneath us are failing. So
Before you
Let's
came on,
capitalize.
I was telling the lads how much of a sublime goal that was yesterday. The goal that Gakpo scored. So
Brilliant.
I definitely give him his flowers. Receipts are there. If you want to check the stream back before you joined in it. But just overall, me personally, I want to see more from him in it before he can kind of, you know, win me over. So that's my take on things at the minute. But as of now, 2024, just about, I'm still going to say, if I had to pick, right? That's if Diogo's not starting. Yeah, I would take Bowen or Kudus over Gakpo in it. And obviously, Dawizi.
Oh, that was he. Ooh. Mate,
In that
Bro.
position.
I'm sick.
But,
I'm sick of him.
Like
Big up
Anthony,
Tony
just
Ford.
to get your thoughts on the season so far compared to like your expectations from the start of the season. Like, what have you made of Arnie Slot's the job he's doing? I know like people could say, "Oh, the team's underperforming and all that." At the end of the day, if you're first place, you gotta get the job done. You gotta just do
Yeah.
your job. You're not worried about other teams.
Where we are now, yeah. Where we are with the game in hand and all that, and you know, being points clear, 7 is it 7 ahead of Chelsea, 9.
Yeah.
I think it's 7 ahead of Chelsea. Is it 9
Yeah.
above Arsenal? But
Maybe
it'll be 6 if they win tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind if Arsenal win tonight.
I think obviously a bit of backing in January, just like a signing or two to really propel and kick on, which is what he's deserved anyway. We could really definitely go on and do it. But look, I've got PTSD. I've seen us flop in the crunch end of the season a few times, and you know, I'm just staying shut about it at the minute. But obviously, yeah, it's exceeded my expectations, Mike's question that you asked. I didn't expect us to be in this position at all. I thought it would be, you know, we'd be up there, you know, top 3, but I didn't think we'd be like 7 points clear coming into New Year, pretty much. So, mate, yeah, it's been great, and I didn't expect players like Gravenberch, Gakpo, and you know, Jones to look as good as they have. So.
That's a big up to Colin. Mike's and Tony, how about this one? And who would you both have from Liverpool? How long have you got? How long have you got? Jesus Christ. How long have you got? I'd take nearly anyone. I'd take nearly all the players, maybe. Maybe not. Nunes, I think Nunes would accidentally get my channel terminated. Not gonna lie. I think I'm in Darwin Nunes. I'm gonna get my channel terminated.
Listen, can I ask something though? Yeah, we both had Andy Carroll at our clubs. Do you think
Yes,
when
we
people
did
say
indeed.
he's just a shit Andy Carroll is a bit disrespectful to Andy Carroll?
It's definitely disrespectful to Andy Carroll.
Give Andy
Definitely.
Carroll as many chances Nunes gets.
I wouldn't mind him at DM, by the way. He'd be really good as DM. Or maybe like
DM?
little Cam minutes. Dawizi. Because he's good in the air. He's quite versatile. He's fast. He wins tackles. He's finishing, bro. He ain't got finishing IQ. That's the problem.
Yeah, the IQ. It's just the general IQ
He
as
could
well.
miss an open net.
You know,
It's
just the basics he's doing wrong. Like, he just needs to get them right. Stop making the easiest things look impossible. Do you know what I mean? And then vice versa, mate. He's like doing the hardest things ever. Like, making it look easy. It's weird.
I mean, Mike's on that question. Who would you take? I mean, obviously, is there anyone that stands out from Liverpool? For me, I mean, I'll take Diaz, but the problem we got there, then who do we kind of drop in our current lineup with the facts of Somerville, Kudos and Bowen, etc. I'll take Szoboszlai. I like, I think just on the last couple of games alone, he seems to have stood out a little bit. And would I take anyone else? I mean, obviously, as you said, there's quite a few Liverpool players, but I'll take Jones as well. I like the energy the kid's got.
He's
bags of energy. Bags of energy.
I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, I like just in general with their midfielders. Like we've been struggling in midfield. Like I think even Southampton targeted our midfield in terms of like the lack of mobility. Like Souček has got a goal in him, but my criticism of Souček is still you try to retain the ball. Like it's not necessarily him losing the ball, but teams are still going to look for that when you're next to someone like a Rodriguez or an Alvarez, for example. Alvarez thinks he's better than he actually is. He takes too many touches of the ball. And I feel like he loses it way too easily under pressure, and he's very rash. And we saw in the cup game. He literally got the red card, and then a few weeks later against Forest, he got the exact same second yellow card in the exact same part of the pitch. Like I think with their midfielders like Gravenberch, like Jesus Christ, this guy's been a revelation. Like I've always liked him, but it's just a case of getting the best out of him. Like what Slotter's done compared to Klopp, like. There's a place that a lot of discourse was happening about Gakpo and the Gravenberches, etc. Maybe it's coincidence that they're Dutch as well, but like Slot, what he's done with them too, like, yeah, he's really revolutionized them. But and the midfielders especially, obviously Van Dijk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, barring mistakes.
Like that goes without saying. Like players like Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, Salah, that goes without saying. Like those four.
I suppose we'll take Chiesa on loan just to play him and that, so both teams can see exactly what this bloke does. Because at the moment, he just seems to be a cardboard cutout. Because I don't think even Liverpool's seen what he does yet.
Injury prone. That's perfect for West Ham.
Absolutely. 2.0. That's what.
Exactly. Anthony. Yeah.
Ryan Gravenberch as well. Look, I knew he'd come good as well. I kept backing him last season. He was okay last season, but he weren't anywhere near as good as what he is now. Again, another Football Manager wonder kid. From 2021 when he was at Ajax, proper player. But yeah, he's coming good, mate. It's good to see. He's getting the best out of the Dutch players in particular. But yeah, Gravenberch.
Who's that? Gravenberch. I think Gravenberch's in our top 3, probably top 4 at least. Easy.
He's been one of our best
just from this season alone. I'm so impressed with him. I knew he'd gonna come good. I said this from time innit. I don't know if you'd come on the panel when I said about Zubimendi falling through. I was not stressed one day. In fact, I was even happy that we save a lot of money, even though FSC probably pocket it. But something in me said like, bro, man's not the loss, in it. So a lot of fans were stressed in that. I was like, bro, it's not even that deep. But look, I didn't think he'd shine this good. Like I knew he'd be great, but he's just gonna level up. Gravenberch.
That's what you want, really. I mean, my partner in crime, Anthony Herbert, saying, question, lads, can you see 1 or 2 players coming in January? Or is it because you signed 10 players this season? The window might be quiet. Thoughts on that? Hopefully, we're a striker. I mean, if you go by what the rumours are saying, we're very interested, apparently, in this Middlesbrough striker, Latif, or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah.
We're supposed to be quite interested in him. Maybe we might look at a keeper situation there, considering, obviously, the concussion with Fabianski just as cover. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts on that, Mike's.
My take has been really I know this manager isn't going anytime soon, but spending another penny under this manager is a crime to me. I can't I just the reason why is just like any manager that's at West Ham now, despite the players that all the West Ham fans dislike, including myself, or maybe not a fan of. I feel like any manager that comes in now should be able to still get the best out of these players where they can get us to a decent position. So I feel like spending any money in January for me would be pointless unless we sold anyone, just to replace them in terms of numbers. It's not like we're in Europe or anything as well, where we've got to play so many competitions where we need numbers in certain positions. Because this manager was so stressed on the fact that he needed 2 players in each position, and he got that, but he hasn't been able to get the best out of the players. One thing well, one thing we can bank on is an actually decent transfer window now that we've got a director of football, because Sullivan's not in that part anymore, but there's just a manager involved in that's Sullivan all over. But obviously, we're interested in the Freiburg keeper. I saw that a couple of weeks ago from Fabrizio Romano. He's on a short list for, but I think that's a long-term replacement for when, because Fabianski and Areola, like, I think they're probably going to trigger an extension of Fabianski's contract, as they always do, cheap option as well. And Areola has been great in the start when he was playing the start of this season. I do like Areola, but like if you're not up to the level, it is what it is, sort of thing. Like I think there's, if we in terms of position we actually need, obviously we need a striker. We needed a striker even before the unfortunate Antonio accident. I think we needed a striker anyway because we were worried about Fulkrug's injury and stuff. Midfield, we're not energized enough, in my opinion. Lack of mobility in deeper areas, like, because this manager doesn't want to play a Paquetá deeper. He doesn't want to play a Soler deeper. He wants to play just one of them in a 10 and just stifle all the creativity from deeper positions. That's why we don't distribute the ball enough to the number 10 in the first place. But I say reserve any money until the summer for me. Like I think he should be able to get the best out of what he has. I don't think he actually deserves any more money. I feel like you have a decent enough squad to get the best out of them.
Was it 14 games and counting so far? We're still waiting for getting a tune out of the team, but
yeah,
that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm not. That's why I was like, manager out. Like it's so early. Like I just think regardless of what player comes in, I don't think he can get the best out of them. Because when we have had individuals playing this season, I feel like it's been in spite of our current manager. So that's why I reserve judgment of like the January transfer window. But going back to this game, obviously, like we just discussed Liverpool players. Arnie, let's start with you. Like, who should be the main players that like West Ham fans watch out for when it comes to Liverpool?
I think I'm going to say already, which is a good segue into my concern, because flipping Ludos did not start the game last night, let alone he didn't even come off the bench. So he better start him on Sunday, man. Like I said, for me, that's our best player. So I'm going to go with him. Obviously, Gravenberch, he marshals everything in midfield. He's that guy in it, definitely. McAllister as well, absolute baller. And yeah, of course, without forgetting, give more mention as well, because he can cause a lot of chaos despite the missed chances. And if Trent is on
James
his mood, if he pings it, bruv, that ball can go anywhere. So I'm definitely going to put Trent on the list as well. Virgil, at the minute, I'm not too sure what his mood is like. With his defending, it's not been good. Bruv, like I said, beginning of the stream, has been responsible for 3 goals in 2 games. And that's got to fix up quick. Not that I think you'll be that much of a threat, because you are going to probably sit back a bit. But you can definitely hit us on the counter. That's my concern. So I think it's more like moving forward, you got to be more alert on that. I think when you attack us, that's not too much of a concern. So yeah, I'm going to say watch your back, literally, on that, which I think you will do. Hence my prediction in it, that you'll come out with a point there. So let's hope I'm wrong, though. Let's hope I'm wrong. I am praying, I'm crossing my fingers. It'll be a massive win for me anyway. Like I said, I'm more confident about the United game at home than I'm against Hughes. So it'll be great. Enough. The countdown, I said on the stream of Orest last week to Hearts and Co. I said, give me 10 wins, and then I'll probably consider us seeing this through and not bottling it. I've had 2. So hopefully after Sunday will be 7.
Fair enough. Big up the usual suspect for the question. Obviously, it's for you two. Question: is it true that Curtis Jones is not liked by a majority of Liverpool supporters for being, I'm putting this nicely, a big head? Is that true?
No, I think, look, he's always been confident in his ability, Annie. I was obviously a bit, I did critique him a little bit because he wasn't living up to the hype, and he was always getting injured a lot as well. He was picking up a bit of good form here and there, and then he's just out of the team then because he picks an injury up, and then when he comes back into the team, he's slow. Do you know what I mean? He's not getting up to speed, and he kept getting stuck in that rut constantly. But with this year, he stayed fit quite a lot. He's been playing at a good level, and like you can see why he fully believes in himself as well, because he's proven to be a decent player. Look, I'll hold my hands up and say when I've got it wrong, when I believe this player is good enough I'll sit there and go, fair enough, I've got it wrong, and I did criticise him a bit, as a lot of
Big
other
up,
fans
Michael.
did, but yeah, my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything Andrew said there on Curtis. I mean,
Yeah.
the glory he had prior to this season, I think, was that Everton goal in the FA Cup when we played all the kids. But
Yeah.
I think he's building on that now this season, and he's proved to be a very good backup in that squad. So
Yeah.
he's definitely contributed to the position that we're in currently. But I just want to quickly address with OG Volders, right? aka Volderslot. I say that with love, by the way. I hope he works his magic. At the start of the season, I said that. So I'm like, bro, I'm going to keep the nickname, but change the narrative. He better start Diaz because I cannot believe, right? He didn't come off the bench yesterday. I wanted him to start, obviously. I'm like thinking, okay, 3 days, maybe he's saving it for you lot. It'll be more work rate included when we chase after the game or try and get a goal. So he better start because that really pissed me off. Didn't start him.
I don't think he didn't start. He didn't start last night because he had. I think his dad had. He was in hospital or something. He was hospitalised because he had like severe chest pains.
Is that why?
So
was he on the bench?
Yeah, he was on the bench.
He was on the bench, right?
Yeah, he was on the bench. But
I was wondering what happened. I didn't get any update.
He should be okay to start Sunday, hopefully. But hopefully his dad's okay as well. First of all,
just with the update, bro, because I didn't know this at all. I was like,
it was on Twitter. To be fair, a few people didn't know about it, but yeah, that's what happened in the day.
I thought, bro, what's he playing now? Then it made sense, right? Later, when he didn't start the game, I'm like thinking he's saving it for Sunday because that's definitely a tougher game than Leicester for us. Obviously, no disrespect to them. But when I didn't see him come off the bench, I was a bit surprised, thinking, oh, is it because we're winning? And we went 3-1 up in like what, the 84th minute as well. But I was expecting him on at half time. But I'm hoping he starts, bro. Fingers crossed. And I want to see Diogo get more minutes as well because we're going to need it. Trust me. Against these lot, we need all the help we can get. Yeah, I'll tell you that now. And I wouldn't mind Chiesa coming on. Hopefully, we'll bring him on, but let's see.
Tony, with West Ham, well, obviously we don't know what West Ham's going to turn up anyway. We discussed this on like Josh's channel a few weeks ago, like just before the Arsenal game and stuff. Like we saw how like we came up against a title challenger in Arsenal, and I say that in quotation marks because it's Arsenal. But obviously we lost 5-2 in that. We lost the 5-2 in like that game, and we only really turned up when the players were like, "Forget the manager's tactics. Let's just play because we want to play. Forget his football. Let's just turn up for like 5 minutes." And we actually played well, like for those 5 minutes. But what West Ham do you expect to turn up? Because obviously we play high up the pitch, but we don't press, and we can't do that against Liverpool because the runners they have in behind, the amount of players that have got a decent range of passing on them, the amount of shots they have on goal. Like what West Ham do you expect to turn up?
I think the biggest problem for me at the moment is going to be our defence. I think if we'll probably turn up with the same setup we did on the week, against Southampton. Funny enough, evening Jose and to Daz as well. But I think the problem is where we've got the. The Kilman one was a bit of a weird one because with the shoulder thing, it's like no one's really clattered into him. No one's done anything about it. But for some reason, he's gone off injured. So does that mean he's going to go with Mavropanos and Todibo? Mavropanos scared the life out of you sometimes because he's either going to put a decent performance in some good challenges, or he's going to be an absolute liability in that and give away a shitload of bloody penalties or free kicks just outside of the box, which for Liverpool's point of view, and that they will be rubbing their hands with glee knowing that if that does happen. But I mean, obviously, look, we know Paqueta's going to probably come in straight away. Somerville's going to sit on the bench like he already has done so far. And we've seen it so far. A 31-year-old up top in full Krug. He's not got the energy so far. If anything, and that, unfortunately, we've got Danny Ings.
Jesus Christ.
People forget we have Danny Ings as well. Like every neutral forgets we have Danny Ings. Like,
you know what though? I was sad about Danny Ings. I liked him at Liverpool. I really did, and it was so unfortunate that he got 2 ACLs back to back because I thought he was quite promising. To be fair, he was an old school type of striker back when he had pace and he was decent. But obviously now his legs are gone. Obviously, Yeah,
But the funny part about Anthony is, when he has come on as a sub, I think the only thing that's been lacking for him, which I think will help kickstart him a little bit, is actually getting a goal because he's putting the effort in. He's put a couple of shots off and so, all right, someone was the keeper, but at least he's had a go.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
But he shows a bit more energy than Fulkrug at the moment, and
he's an old school striker.
He is.
Yeah.
But we are lacking in the striking department. But we've got, in certain respects, it's already on the tin there. We leave Bowen out on the right. We put Somerville out on the left, and even put Kudos at the top. Yeah. Do something at least, something that's got a bit of energy, especially against a team like Liverpool. Someone that's going to run at the defenders, because as you said, Arnie, your defence at the moment, I think, is the oldest defence you've got at the moment. You need new players in there.
I trust I actually trust Gomez more in that centre back position than Van Dijk, bro.
He's grown into it, isn't he? Yeah.
I do not know what's going on there, but he's got to fix up quick because that's 3 goals, right, in 2 games, and we've conceded 9 goals, by the way, in 4 games. Let that sink in, by the way. 9 goals in 4 games. So, like I said, it's not my biggest concern. It's not my biggest concern still.
No.
I don't see us keeping a clean sheet. That's for sure.
Well, look. Put it this way: if you go by what usual saying there and there, I think you'll have no problems with our wheelchair attackers. There's no.
Yeah. Honestly,
like arms like Popeye, and they can get through that pitch on their wheelchairs. We've got no chance basically getting a goal past you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I like Fulkrug as a player, but it's just always every time he's had a striker, we never play to their strengths anyway. So I'm kind of just in the case of like, what am I actually hoping for when we put anyone up front? Like, even if it's Bowen up front, he's got to make something of his own sort of thing. It's always when we're hitting someone on the counter, even whether it's Bowen up front. The only reason why Antonio would get more of the ball is because he runs the channels. Like, there's no one else that actually wants to stay central.
Yeah.
Like, if it's anyone wants to stay central, whether it's Ings, Fulkrug, even Bowen when he's trying to stay central, he don't get the ball anyway. So with Fulkrug, I think he's a good player, but it's just a case of the fact that when we actually used him like an Andy Carroll, where we're just lumping the ball in the air, and it's like, oh, this guy's tall. Let's just put the ball in the air. Why not let him just flick it on all the time? Which it's only so much you can do when you get like 2 chances a game. But I always think it's us that's the problem rather than the strikers, as we've seen with the history of Haller going to a different club and doing well, and Skamaka going to a different club and doing well. For me, I always blame us. And that's the thing with Danny Ings. He's a great, like, as you said, coming on, making an impact. He just gives centre-back something a whole different to think about. Because he's always coming on to make a point. Or coming on to prove a point as well. He's always like, okay, I'm going to show you I've still got it. Because he's a 2 up front type of striker, old school striker, as Anthony said. Yeah. Like he'd be very good at the 2 up front. He played in the 2 up front at Southampton and got the best out of him. He was actually one of the top goal scorers in one of the seasons he was playing in. But that's the thing. When it comes to West Ham players up front, I think we should just go with, even though I don't like Bowen or Kudus up front, we might as well just go with Somerville, Paquetá, Bowen, and Kudus just running at the defenses because we look a bit more dynamic and everyone just swaps around like a bit more mobile. We really lack mobility, even though we have mobile players. It's just very poor team selections from Lopetegui. But Anthony, I want to start with you. From your point of view, what West Ham players worry you the most when Liverpool come up against West Ham?
Under David Moyes, it was always your set pieces, and it was just everyone that was in the box on a set piece, on the corners. Players in particular, just probably the usual suspects like your Kudus, your Paquetás, your Bowens. Probably Bowen the most for me.
McCarthy.
Danny Ings coming off the bench to prove a point against his old club.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's a Benteke for this game only.
Yeah. Usual suspects, man. Bowen.
Yeah, fair. What about you, Arnie? Who you think's a threat for West Ham?
I'm gonna mention the same 2 players that I think are good enough to replace Gakpo, in my opinion, at least. Before people come for me, as of now, that is, I'll say Kudus and Bowen going forward because we are very prone to sucker punches, which doesn't go very well in the script, as you both know where I'm coming from. And your defense, bro, it's just breaking your defense down. Like whether it's Mavropanos, Soucek in midfield with those clearing headers, when we keep trying to push for that winner. Who knows? Maybe equalizer. Hopefully not. And there was one other player. I think he will not be playing. Big up to him, by the way. I hope his recovery is going very well. You see, our team though, we live rent free in his head, Antonio. But yeah, I wish him a speedy recovery. So he would have been a concern for me for that reason in itself. But again, it is what it is, right? But at the minute, that's how I see it. Those players I just named and just your defense, bro, in general. I would be more worried though if it was under Moyes. Not that I'm not, but because Moyes was a bit more play out from the back kind of thing. Don't give them space. No breathing space whatsoever. Lopetegui is a bit more open, a bit more. And, he's a bit more expansive. With Moyes, you don't get that freedom in the box. So, yeah, that's a bit of a positive for us, from my perspective.
Yeah, I feel like with us now, I feel like, and you'll see this when you come up against us, as I always mention on my channel. I'm sure the people on my channel are sick of me sounding like a broken record at this point when I talk about this. But it's like we stay high up the pitch, but we don't press. What's the point of being high up the pitch? Like your defensive line is just like one ball over the top sort of thing, and someone's running it behind straight away. That's kind of what happened against Tottenham. What happened against Chelsea. It happened against most teams where we're not aggressive. We're not even pressing. We're just standing high up the pitch, and then our defensive line's so high up. And even if it's against like a Darwin Núñez, who I don't rate either, by the way, you're still gonna let him give him chances because of how much pace he actually has. Like I'm just saying, whether he's gonna finish or not, it's a whole different conversation. There's a whole different conversation because I wouldn't bet my house on Darwin Núñez scoring an open goal. But still, you still got players like Gakpo, Diaz. Even to be fair, even Darwin Núñez scores against us quite a bit when he comes up against us.
I think he did, yeah.
A couple of times he scored against us. So it's still with Mavropanos as well. He'll give you chances. In fact, he'll give you the ball. He'll give you it happened against it happened against Southampton, Tony. Literally, no, he wasn't under pressure. Pass straight to you at you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There was that. Yeah, not good at all in there. I mean, hopefully, Lopetegui's done a decent thing, and he's phoned up Núñez and said, "Can I borrow the DVD in there when you beat Liverpool?" And we copy the same style, but that would be very nice if that was the case.
At least you're not Burnley. That's how I see it, right? You're not Burnley or Sheffield United, so could be much worse. Those are the teams I hate playing against, bro. Because we cannot break down teams that park the bus. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I don't think you park the bus, but we ain't getting that space or that pocket playing. So that's going to be a tough one. But it could be worse, like I said.
Do you know what I hate, Arnie? Do you know what team I hate? Do you know what team I hate, Arnie? West Bromwich Albion. I hope they rot in the Championship. I hope they never come back up one ever again.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Oh the worst team to play against, lad. Literally every one of their players is over 6'5".
And even Stoke. Stoke and West Brom. Stoke, West Brom, Sheffield United, Burnley.
Yeah.
Those four teams.
They're the
teams that always.
That's why they got level last season and went down. But West Brom, mate, no. See you later.
Yeah, it's the stripy team.
So
Burnley.
Mate, Midlands stripy team. Oh, ex-Tony Pulis. Oh no.
Sheffield United for us was the worst one.
I'll take the ham any day over
the. You'd rather watch paint dry than watch us playing them.
Honestly.
Last
season that 2-2. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think I did a watch along for that kind of thing, and I was nearly threw myself out the window. It was that bad.
He put Ben Johnson on the midfield in that game to win a game. Listen, I'm sure again people on my channel are probably sick of me crashing it on Ben Johnson, but legit, he put him on the midfield to try and get a goal. And this is a man who can't start right back for Ipswich. Just saying. He put him on the midfield. That's how desperate we were at the time. Clearly, that's David Moyes for you. But look at this manager now. I've seen this guy put Sadibo in midfield when we were 10 men down against Nottingham Forest.
Oh God!
I don't know what the logic is in that, but this is the problem with West Ham managers for you. This is the problem with West Ham managers. Let's get to the predictions. I'll start quickly. Everyone knows I don't predict wins.
The best part.
Everyone knows I don't predict wins as a West Ham fan, but I predicted to beat Southampton because that was probably the most comfortable game ever, even though we didn't play.
It's Southampton, bro.
Because it was because of how bad they were. Yeah, it's because of how bad they were. I was usually as a West Ham fan, even if you're 2 or 3-0 up in the 90th minute, Fuck. Every time we play Sheffield.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve.
But, big up to Charlie as always. But every time like you're 2-0, 3-0 up as a West Ham fan, you're still worried in the 90th minute because it's West Ham. But against Southampton, 1-0, I was like, okay, we're going to win this because they can't hit a barn door. But with this game, I fear it might be another like a similar game to how it was against Arsenal for me. I think it's going to be a lot of us when we have the ball, we're just going to clear the ball back to Liverpool, and they're just going to have so many shots and so many chances that it's going to be inevitable that they go get away with it. Well, not get away with it, but like go on a run of goals in the whole game itself. So I think 3-0 Liverpool, and I think that's me being nice. I know
clean sheet as well. Man reckons again a clean sheet, even though you're not going to attack that much. Just that one jammy chance, sucker punch. No, okay.
No.
I mean that'd be lovely, man. I'm pretty right.
Tony, what about you?
Got to be optimistic, haven't you? At the end of the day, I know it's not exactly a fortress, as some of the chat have said. I think if anything, I'll go with what Anthony says. The set pieces where hopefully we can do a bit of damage. So I'm going to go in with a 2-2.
I hope you're right. This is one of the few games where I'd be like, I'd actually take a draw because look at Liverpool, look at us. But Arnie, what about you? Prediction?
I'm agreeing with Tony on the result. Probably not the scoreline. I feel we've got one sucker punch in us to give away. Unfortunately, well, I hope not. We should get a goal somehow. Like I said, we ain't gonna get that space to play with. Play between the lines. That's gonna be very difficult. So I don't see anything other than 1-0. Maybe we could nick it. Who knows? 2-1. Yeah, I just don't see a clean sheet. And are we gonna score 2 goals? That's in question. Maybe even 3. Who knows? But it just depends, innit, what team turns up. But the probability is very high on a draw for me, at least. I don't think it'll be 2-0 though, because that's a lot of goals for a game like this, especially against Europe.
Big up to Charlie.
Yeah, I'll say what.
Love Charlie, man. All right, Anthony, what about you, mate? What's your prediction for this game?
I think 2-1 to us. I think Salah will just get a goal like he always does, or an assist.
Yeah,
and I think he'll probably score a penalty as well. You'll definitely score. You'll definitely score.
At least if he hits the target, fair enough. He better not do it like he done against Madrid. If we get one,
you'll score a pen on Sunday.
Is that Mavropanos giving away the pen?
100%.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Him or Alvarez. One of the two.
Let me, Mike's, you reminded me, just that you mentioned the name Alvarez. I hope in January, not that it's going to happen, I hope we go and get the Alvarez. I mean, give him what he wants, given if the talks go well with Mo and he signs and gets us like a buyout clause, plan for the future, bro. Get an Alvarez in there. We will be like unstoppable. I would take him now, Alvarez from Atletico, and give me Leao from Milan. That's my Christmas wish list for the new year. If I'm to get 2 players in there, I'm going for those 2. They will complement our midfield brilliantly. So it's just that you mentioned Alvarez. I'm like, wow. Because I said this on the last stream that I done with Zir as well. I want those 2 on my list. If we had them this game, bro, my prediction might have been very different. Because Alvarez is a player who can break the lines really well. We've seen him do it at City. And even, I don't know if you watched the Barca game last week. Did you see that run he made and that assist he created? And they actually won the game at Camp Nou as well. That guy is a baller, proper one, bro. And I knew this from back in his City days as well, when they signed him from Argentina. So I would take him in a heartbeat, bro.
Yeah.
Good shout there from usual though, Mike's. When you look at a fantastic opportunity for Lopetegui to turn the tide, because if you look at it, this would be the game to do it in. This we'll see if he's actually kind of learning and adapting this team to actually start to kind of get some wins under their belt. So if he can do that.
Yeah. I don't think he is, but I like the storyline. I like the storyline. Like, but this is the thing. Like,
Optimistic,
for me,
mate, optimistic.
I just sick of the false hope. You know, just sick of the false hope. For me, it's a case for me. Like, I need to see a convincing performance against a decent side. Like, I've not seen one this season, in my opinion. Every time I come up against a decent side, it's either they're underperforming and we draw, or we get battered. So then again,
I don't think you'll give us the space though. That's the thing. I don't see us getting space to run through and create chances. That's gonna be.
You
so
will against
difficult.
Lopetegui. You will against Lopetegui sides. It's not with David Moyes anymore. Like, you're so many runs
like I said,
behind.
I'd be more worried. But still, the way he sets out is a bit more expansive. But at the same time, something at the back, bro. You don't give that many chances away. I've seen that in other games that we played as well.
Good shot.
Even City, bro. I think they just about beat you, didn't they?
Yeah,
just.
Yeah. To be fair, we actually played well in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we actually played chances. Then it all went downhill from there. But I was game week 3.
Are you going to go on Sunday, Mike? Have you got a ticket?
Yeah, I'm a season ticket holder, unfortunately. So I'm going to be there for every home game.
Oh.
I'm going to be in the pub. I'm going to be in the pub before the game, so I might just get levered and then have it to watch it because it's more fun.
That's the plan, isn't it? Yeah, man.
Yeah, honestly, because I was levered on the Southampton watch along. That's why I didn't think the game. That's why I didn't complain as much because I was drunk.
Did you have like a West Ham fan channel outside the ground where they record the fans' reactions and all that?
Yeah, they do for the fan cams. I'm not going to go drunk on a fan cam. But listen, I think a lot of the chat are kind of in agreement that Liverpool as well. Yeah, a lot of people are saying.
To the Liverpool, let's no sites.
I can only wish, right? I can only wish. Let me. I'll give you something.
Southampton, but they're one of our hardest games in the league. Southampton, the 3-2. Do you know what I mean? So, it's one of them.
Yeah, true. That's just supports of West Ham. It's like making love to a beautiful woman. It's probably the biggest lie on earth right now. Biggest lie on earth.
Mike, you can clip this for the next stream. Before I'm gonna say this now, right? I will celebrate the win much more against you lot than I will against United, if we even get that win.
It's easy if you get United now. Like,
I think it's like the first time I'm feeling confident for that fixture as well. Because if you watch my previous ones, I've always said, even at Anfield, I'm like, draw most of the time. Sometimes, I think very rarely though, I give them the edge of winning. I mean, for this game, look, right? Without throwing any shade, I can say with chest, you lot definitely winning this game. Not that I think you are anyway. It's a very small probability. There's more chance that we will win. But like I said, I think it's going to be even Stevens.
Yeah, fair enough. Listen.
The next one's the one. Let's see.
Listen, everyone thinks it's in the title. Tony, for some reason, your link didn't work in the title when I tried to at you in the YouTube title. But obviously, people on your channel will know already. If you're watching on my channel, Early Doors Football TV, if you want to subscribe to Tony, it literally says it on his name right here as well. And listen, we're gonna end it there. But before we end it, obviously, gonna start everyone. Tony, where can they find you if they're not watching on your channel? And what have you got coming up?
Early Doors Football TV, as you can see in the name just below me there. Starting back up on the 5th, I think it's the 5th on the Sunday, and that'll be the usual Sunday night takeaway show. And then back on the Wednesdays with the good, the bad, and the ugly with the Arsenal fan, Anthony Herbert, and crying his chocolate milk at the moment, which is Hot Fuzz 44, who's a Man United fan. So we do feel a bit sorry for him at the moment. He's in a bit of a bad place. We've got to feel sorry from that. And then on Thursdays, I'm on with Budgie with the West Ham review, and we'll be catching up on the last couple of games from there. But again, thanks for the invite on there, and for the people in the chat. Again, thanks for your comments and being with us. Really appreciate it at this time of the year.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. You lot have been absolutely brilliant, of course. Arnie, where can they find you?
Hey, big up to both of you, including yourself, for getting me on. I think it's first time I've been part of 2 channels in one go, so that's really good. My FB page, the Football for Life show, I post out all the content there. This will be on there as well, given I've made my appearance. Good to debut as well, 2 in 1. I am on the heavyweight show tomorrow with on Zia's channel, discussing like all the teams in Europe. No pun intended, by the way, for you lot. And I've got a Lisbon derby preview I should be doing with Harry Honeygun, aka Hazo, as I like to call him. So that's coming up as well. I'm not sure about the preview for next week, but I think most likely I should be on with Orest and the crew for that one, but it's not confirmed yet. Have I missed something? I already advertised this one prior to today, so I guess that's me for now, bro. But yeah, thanks again. Obviously, you can see on my caption. I hope to change that soon. Yeah,
It was good while it
maybe
lasted.
watching some funnels. The game on Sunday has a very big say in that, I would say. But yeah, the
Ooh,
football
no
for life
Suchek either.
on Facebook.
Suspended.
Oh shit! Yeah, well, Liverpool might change my score, but I don't know.
That's
We'll
good
see.
news for
We'll
us
see.
then, because Soucek was one of the players I said we'd have to look out for. So I take that.
Yeah. It's weird with him and Rodriguez. I think are both suspended. So we've got too many yellow cards and stuff like that as well. Which every midfielder at West Ham loves a yellow card, eh? But anyway, Anthony, obviously your link is in the title of my video. But where can they find you? And what you got coming up?
Yeah, well, just before I go, thank you for having me on the panel today, and big up to all the people on the panel as well. It's good to speak with you and the chat also. But yeah, Amphrob16 is the channel name. Just watch alongs, match reactions. We do the boxing as well. Amphrob21 TikTok, and yeah, Amphrob24 on Twitter. That's where you'll find me. Yeah, just posting shorts.
Do you have a
clips of myself
Facebook
on my
page? Any
TikTok.
of you, by the way?
Not on
use
Facebook,
it.
no.
No. No.
Okay.
It's TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube for me. But yeah, that's where you'll find me anyway. But yeah,
Okay.
cheers for having us on live anyway.
I know.
Oh yeah,
Appreciate.
just
Obviously,
before I
appreciate
forget, obviously, partnerships manager as well, football overseas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Shout out football.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
like
shout out
it. I
Carl.
don't know if you got that. I just forgot.
No, we got it. No, we got it.
Yeah,
We got it.
I
Don't
know,
worry.
yeah.
Don't worry. Listen,
Yeah.
and for me, it's at GVO Mikes
Yeah.
on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you want to follow me, and obviously if you're on the YouTube as well, at GVO Mikes to talk all things West Ham and all things football as well. Going to be live again at 10. People going to be live again at 10 with Melon and Alfie to discuss all things Chelsea and Arsenal as well. And we'll be reacting to a few videos tomorrow, and then on Sunday will be the match reaction live at 10 as well, people. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys at